Damn, they got a lot of money. Yeah, that's
All right, folks, we're going to go ahead and get started.
We don't have to. No, because we're just yeah, You probably want a record of who's here, so if anyone have a question, how can this person?
All right, are we ready?
Yeah.
All right. Good morning. It is 8:03 a.m. and I'll go ahead and call the meeting back to order. And Secretary, if you could do attendance for us, please.
Yes, okay, Commissioner Carrillo,
Yes, all here.
Commissioner Manus,
Here.
Commissioner Taylor,
Here.
Commissioner Klasicevich, Commissioner Beck,
Present.
Commissioner Obenshain,
Here.
Secretary Ingham is here, Vice Chair Gibson,
Here.
Chair Burt,
Here.
all in attendance.
Yes. All right, great. Thank you. All right, that'll take us to item 4D, which is the Red River Valley Charter School Renewal. And we'll first start with number 1, CSD evaluation. I'll pass that over to you.
Good morning, Chair Burt, Commissioners. My name is Greg Butz, Authorizing Administrator for the Charter Schools Division, and I'm here to provide the PED evaluation for Red River Valley Charter School. Red River Valley Charter School opened in 2001 with Cuesta Independent School District as their authorizer. The school renewed their charter with the Public Education Commission in 2011. This will be their 4th renewal with the PEC, their 5th charter renewal overall. The school is led by Kimberly Ritterhouse, who has been in that position since 2018 and 2019. And other people from that school are behind me, including Katie Pierce. On October 6th, the CSD team consisting of myself and contractor Kristen LaVolpa performed the on-site renewal visit, while financial analyst Teresa Flowers remotely led the business meeting. The school's mission is to provide every student the opportunity to develop academically, socially, and physically through quality learning experiences utilizing the core knowledge curriculum. And this focus was evident on the site visit. Adherence to core knowledge was really apparent while we were there. The Charter Schools Division recommends that the Red River Valley Charter School be renewed with a charter contract term of 5 years without conditions. That recommendation is based on a record of the school's performance over the course of the contract term, the renewal application, which highlights adult actions and programs in service of student progress, and verification of those programs and adult actions during the renewal site visits and annual visits. Academics. In 2024-25, Red River Valley Charter School was rated as 49% proficient in ELA, 30% proficient in math, and science was masked due to the small size. Over the course of their charter term, Red River Valley Charter School has consistently outperformed the district and state in ELA in each year of their term. Math saw a decline from 18% in 2023 to 2023, from 2023 to 10% in 2023-24. Yet those scores dramatically rebounded to 30% in 24-25. This 20% growth can be attributed to the school's WIG, or wildly important goal. And I think a 20% growth in a single year is something worth wigging out about. So it's worth noting that in the course of its charter term, Red River Valley Charter School obtained a spotlight rating twice. And in this year, the school was rated as a traditional school in Vistas. In terms of financials, Red River Valley Charter School was rated as meet standards for organizational and financial framework for all 4 years. In terms of the accounting principles, the school's on a positive trajectory of going from 4 audit findings to 3 and from 2 material weaknesses to 1. The school has never had more than 2 material weaknesses or 4 audit findings total for any year of its contract, and has had only 1 repeat finding the entire contract term. And the head administrator and business manager described robust actions to improve those fiscal processes. In 2023-24, Red River Valley Charter School missed the attendance target by 1%, but that improved this year. And I think it's worth noting that attendance growth is significant for a school nestled in a town that thrives on the tourism industry. So the ratings. The school ratings on Part B of the renewal applications are as follows. For meets the standards, mission-specific goals, educational program, and equity and identity. And for scores that demonstrate substantial progress, that would be for the financial, compliance, and governance responsibilities. There were no areas where the school was rated as failing to demonstrate progress. So I'm going to wrap this up. In conclusion, Red River Valley Charter School is a school that really feels familiar, meaning that it feels like a family while you're there. The school has outstanding community engagement, which is anchored to events throughout the year. They've even invited me to go snowboarding with their students. So this is just a school that really thrives itself on community engagement. So wholeheartedly, the CSD recommends that Red River Valley Charter School be renewed with a charter contract term of 5 years without conditions.
Thank you, Mr. Boots. All right, so that'll take us to item 2, which is tribal input. This school was not required to do formal tribal consultation, but I will pause for one moment. And if there is anybody online or here in person that is formally representing a Pueblo or tribe, you can come and represent that right now. So if you're online, you can raise your digital hand in here. And I'll wait for 1 second. All right, and seeing none, we'll go ahead and keep going. That'll take us to item 3, public comments, and I will hand this over to Ms. Brown and Ms. Valenzuela.
So we have a written public comment that was sent in by a student. And so I will go ahead and read that first. So this is the Red River Valley Charter School public comment letter from Lacey Collins. And she states, Red River Valley Charter School is an exemplary school with many core values. I attended this school from 2019 to 2024, starting in 3rd grade and leaving in 7th. In that time, I wasn't just taught educational skills, I was also taught how to contribute to society as a respectable and intuitive person. I was also taught how to value our community because having a strong community will create a better learning environment. The teachers are the ones that hold up this community. They know each and every student and care so deeply about them. Since they have such strong bonds with students, they can make sure every single one of them is learning to their highest capability. Red River Valley Charter School is a vital part of the Red River community and is a great choice for many parents since it is right in town. The educators are excellent and the curriculum is phenomenal. I would recommend that any child in the Red River Questa area should go to this wonderful school. I had many great experiences, wonderful memories, and lessons learned at Red River. Sincerely, Lacey Collins.
Okay, next we have online, Lori Hawks. I'm going to promote you to the panel. You could please put on your camera and limit your comments to 2 minutes.
Hello.
Sorry, 1 second. We're going to pause for 1 second.
Okay.
Just, yeah, hang on, Lori. We're having the court stenographer And which reminds me to say, before you start your comment, if you could please, when we tell you to start, spell your last name for the court reporter, and then I'll start the timer. But in the meantime, we shall all just enjoy this moment. All right, Lori, we are ready to go.
Okay. Hi, I'm Lori, the art teacher at Red River Valley Charter School. Can you hear me okay? My last name is Hawks. What? Okay. My last name is Hawks, Hawkes. And Red River Valley Charter School is a wonderful school with a professional and caring staff, and we work well together as a team. Every staff member works hard to have wonderful rapport with the students and to plan quality assignments that align with the core knowledge curriculum. Our school is also an important part of the community. And as the art teacher, we've supported the community with the service learning project, and they support us at our annual art show. The students say, well, we all say a student pledge every morning that you'll see in a video. And in that pledge, the students pledge to do their best, to be honest and kind, show respect for others and themselves, be responsible for their actions, choose to learn, not bully others, which are all great character qualities that they learn early in life. So I'm honored to be part of a school that teaches even more than quality academics. As the students say with gusto at the end of their pledge, Red River Valley Charter School is a great place to be. And it really is. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we have two people who have raised their hands online. They didn't sign up, but I will. So next we have the Coate family. Please, I'm promoting you to the panel. Please accept the promotion and then turn on your camera, spell your last name, and I will start the 2-minute timer.
Good morning. This is the Cote family. We have 2 kids in the charter school, 5th grade and 2nd grade, and they have been there the whole time, 6th grade. And it's just been a wonderful experience. They are really learning, growing, making good friends. Just I speak very highly for them, of the school.
Our kids are excelling academically because of the school, and their individual emotional needs are also really met by the school, and that's something that we really value as a family. So we thank Red River Valley Charter School, and we appreciate the Public Education Commission for approving the charter again. Thank you.
We're glad for the approval.
Yes, we do.
All right, there was the most important voice of all. Thank you so much. Next, we have Crystal Lancaster. So please, again, accept the promotion to the panel and turn your camera on. Go ahead, Crystal. Remember to spell your last name for our court reporter.
Crystal Lancaster, Lancaster. I apologize for not signing up sooner. I was supposed to be there in person, but the snowstorm just kind of got in my way. But I did want to take a second to express how grateful I am for our school. I started my relationship with Red River Valley Charter School. My son was in pre-K. The next year, They had a job opening for an educational assistant, and I applied and I was accepted. And I've been there for 5 years. I love our staff, I love our students, and I think that they are amazing. And I'm just grateful that my son gets to be part of that um, every single day. So thank you.
Thank you so much. Okay, now moving to the room. And we'll have you come up to this presenter's desk. But again, you'll need to spell your last name. Okay, well, I'm going to go with Katie Pierce in the room, and then we can go back to the internet.
Was public speaker, so I wrote my notes. My name's Katie Pierce, Pierce. I'm one of the founders of the Red River Valley Charter School. When the Cuesta School Board was going to close the satellite school in Red River, 5 women met at my house in the year 2000 to discuss the possibility of creating a charter school, which was a new movement at that time. Ours was a rural situation, and we didn't want our children traveling in the winter, as we've all experienced this morning. It really had to do with safety at that time. The safety has continued to be a priority, but for 25 years, we have emphasized safety, love, academics, accountability, and the huge responsibility of educating our precious children. Both of my children attended there, by the way, and they both have done great in college, and now they're out of college. They're grown-ups. We have never taken these responsibilities lightly. Our mission has always been kids first, kids first, kids first. Thank y'all for listening to me.
Thank you. Okay, we'll go now to Blake Dogner. Please accept the promotion to the panel. Turn your camera on. Spell your last name. Now you just need to unmute. Oh, there you go.
All right. My name is Blake Stogner, Stogner. I am the first and second grade teacher at Red River Valley Charter School. And I just want to thank all the members of the Public Education Commission for having this hearing and giving us the opportunity to renew the charter. It's my 4th year at the school, and by far, from all of my public education experiences, Red River Valley Charter School has been the best for me professionally. On a personal note, I love the community of Red River and the communities that we serve around us. I feel at home with the staff. We're such a tight-knit family that I believe the opportunities that we offer students enriches their lives in so many valuable ways. And I thank you guys so much for letting us be here and have this moment with you.
Thank you so much. All right, now we're back in the room and we have Cora Messersmith.
Hello, my name is Cora Messersmith, Messersmith. I teach 3rd and 4th grade. Like Blake, this is my 4th year at Red River Valley Charter School, and it's my 14th year teaching. So again, like Blake, this is become my home. It's an amazing community. I love how Red River every quarter requires that our students do a service learning project for the community to give back to the community, because the community also gives so much to us. And the students flourish because of that. When they see their teachers out in the community, they're always saying hi and giving hugs. When they see us in the school setting, the respect never changes. I set pretty rigorous expectations for my students, and every year they rise to those expectations. And I know that it's because of the close-knit community that we have and the family that we have at Red River, and the expectations we set for them starting in pre-K through 8th grade. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Next, we have Jackie McCollum.
Good morning, Jackie McCollum, MCCOLLUM. I'm not a great public speaker either, so please excuse me, and I didn't prepare anything. I teach pre-K in Red River, and I am on my 9th year there. We moved from Albuquerque, and it was the biggest blessing that we have ever had moving to this community. She has been my administrator from the beginning, so we have worked together very closely in learning pre-K and learning how our school is going to work. Since moving to Red River, we have had a child who he is now in my pre-K class. And so there is just nothing but community, and he, I must say, is special needs, and he is nonverbal autistic, and this school has embraced him like, nobody could, sorry. And they have shown what true inclusion is and what true family is. And so being his mom and his teacher has been difficult. But this community has embraced my child and embraced us. And I think we embrace all the kids, and the kids show love to each other and they show community. And I just can't speak highly enough for what I have learned from this school, the professional development that I have gotten, the things that I have learned to give these kids. So it is a blessing to be with them every day, to be their first school experience, and to get them ready for an amazing school experience in kindergarten through 8th grade. So thank you for your time.
Thank you. Next is Eric Tapia. Erica Tapia, sorry. I can even mess up the common names, just so you know. I'm multifunctional.
But spell your last name. Don't be scared. This is how you learn. Go ahead.
Tapia.
Erica Tapia.
Erica Tapia.
Why do you like being at the school? Oh, come on.
What do you like, teacher?
Who is your teacher?
Miss Messersmith.
Which I think is, I'm an employee there too, but I'm also their foster parent. And I'm Tanya Lewis, LEWIS. And I raised my 3 children. My oldest son is 28. He went through Red River Valley Charter School, and I became secretary there. Eric and her sister Ariana became a part of the school at a young age. Well, actually, she started pre-K there, and their dad, they ended up moving to Carlsbad. They lived with me for a year. They ended up going to Carlsbad to be with their dad, and they're back with me this year. And just the family, like we all shared a room last night, the 3 of us and those 2 teachers, which not everybody would do. I mean, it's not common to go get a motel room and go to a meeting like this with your teacher. And the whole time she's been Miss Messersmith. It's never, on the personal level like it is with at some schools, you get outside of that. We have one teacher that she has 3 kids, and in that PE class, those kids call her Miss Pockret. They don't call her mom. And just the community involvement. I've been in Red River for 31 years, and it was a part of the school in some way where my children are working for 28 years. And it's just been a blessing to have these kids and the excitement that they they achieve and from skiing and just get going to school every day. Say something.
Like what?
How do you feel about the school?
Good.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Erica. That was very nice. All right, our final speaker today is Aubrey Harper.
Oh, I'm short, but not that much. I'll just move it back. Okay, hi, I'm Aubrey Harper, Harper. Valley Charter School alum. I came to Red River Valley Charter School as an 8-year-old third grader in 2005. While I can't say I have many memories of traditional public school prior to that experience, I can say that Red River Valley Charter School helped positively shape me into who I am and what I've accomplished as an adult. Having the privilege of going to this charter school afforded me and my peers small class sizes and teachers that took the time to get to know each student. Our weaknesses, strengths, interests, what distracted us in the classroom. And they were able to tailor the curriculum to their class and students each year because of this. Going to school in a mountain town also had its perks. Ski days for PE, hunting for clay and processing it while learning about the Native Americans. Or even going out with an avid fisherman to find nymphs in the river to discuss life cycles. Additionally, the school has ingrained itself in the local community, not only providing local teachers with jobs and allowing children to experience the close to home and one-of-a-kind education, but the faculty and staff also help put on community events, volunteer at festivals, and involve their students in outreach. The community responds similarly by supporting and putting on fundraisers, providing the town trolley for transportation, and assisting in many ways with the aforementioned ski days. All these experiences, among others, led me to have a successful high school and college experience. Because my parents still live in Red River, I have gotten to watch the school continue to evolve and thrive. The once portable campus has transformed into a wonderful school building, complete with new playground equipment. The teachers, staff, and director continue to uphold the legacy of Red River Valley Charter School to provide unique, personalized, and effective education. Thank you.
That concludes public comment.
Thank you, and thank you for everyone for speaking. All right, and that'll take us to the school comments. So I'll let you all, we'll take a second, let you get set up. When you're ready, if you just introduce whoever's going to speak first, and then we'll start your time for your 30 minutes.
Just you and I. Just you and I. That sweet last talker was actually my daughter. I was also her teacher. We had a calico cat fiasco. It wouldn't go for me. I know. It was finicky, persnickety. You ready?
I'm ready.
Chair Burt and Commissioners, thanks. It's my privilege to be here and represent our school. Katie Rarick from Axiom is our business manager. I'm Kimberly Ritterhouse. I do have my vice chair. Yes, my vice chair on my left chair will be Nicholas Church. He has been with the board for almost 3 years. Almost 3 years. And then got council behind us supporting us. My bad. All right, I'm ready. The mission of Red River Valley Charter School is to provide every student the opportunity to develop academically, socially, and physically through quality learning experiences, utilizing the core knowledge curriculum. Although the Red River Valley Charter Schools mission was established prior to my joining the team, the charter started in 2001 and I began in 2004. I truly believe the mission reflects the commitment to nurturing every aspect of a child's growth, focusing on academics and building social skills, supporting physical development through strong curriculum are all essential for shaping students into responsible, caring, and exceptional individuals. At Red River Valley Charter School, it's important that we greet every child every day as they drop off. They come into the school with a smile. There's a staff member out there. Walk in to a cafeteria of other staff members, have a nice hot breakfast, and know that they are welcome and valued and that we're happy for them to be there. The students begin each day with the Pledge of Allegiance, the New Mexico State Pledge, and the Student Pledge that Lori Hawks mentioned earlier. Here are our students reciting the pledge.
As a student of Red River Valley Charter School, I will do my best in everything I do. I will be honest and kind and show respect for others and myself. I will be responsible for my actions. I will choose to learn. I will not interfere with others' learning. I will not bully others. I will not allow anyone to bully me. I will not stand by while someone be bullied. I will make Red River Valley Charter School.
That's their favorite part. These pledges are important because they serve as a meaningful reminder to students of their role within the school community, and it helps reinforce that accountability among all students. Each part of our daily routine, welcoming smiles, hot meals, and pledges support the sense of community and inclusion that connects directly to our mission and educational program. Our educational program is the best choice for our school because it provides the structure and opportunities for students to learn academically, grow socially, and develop physically. Love and Logic, the cornerstone of our discipline, enhances self-awareness, problem-solving, and communication. It provides opportunities for students to solve problems that they create themselves, and they learn quickly that there are good outcomes and there are not so good outcomes. It's those not so good outcomes that teachers and staff are able to, along with the Love and Logic curriculum, guide them to understand that it's their responsibility to fix it. And we leave them to be able to do that. HOW's Habits of Work and Learning and the 7 Mindsets, our social skills program, enhance student perseverance, responsibility, respect, and community. By focusing on these areas, we help students embody the values of those core missions. Additionally, the multi-age classrooms are beneficial because they allow students to learn from one another, with the older students guiding the younger students in the class, understanding rules, regulations, outcomes, standards. It's a nice peer uplift. Our curriculum, Core Knowledge, is essential to our school because it provides a carefully sequenced, spiraling up approach to learning. This means that foundational concepts are introduced early and revisited in greater depth as students progress through each grade. The Russian Revolution artwork is an example of connecting the study of Russia across content. Before students reach the 8th grade, they're exposed to many aspects of Russia. They learn about the geography of Russia and Russia's early growth and expansion in the 5th grade, followed by the effects of World War I on Russia in the 7th grade. And by the 8th grade, students have a good amount of background knowledge to pull from and deepen learning as they look back on Europe and Russia in the Middle Ages. The spiral up structure and looking back and cross-content connections ensure that students build the prior knowledge necessary to deepen their understanding and make connections. The Core Knowledge curriculum in Red River Valley Charter School share the belief that classic literature is meant to be read and experienced throughout your life. Throughout a student's educational journey at Red River, they will experience classic literature. Here's a single example from each grade level: Aesop's Fables in Kinder, The Frog Prince in first, Charlotte's Web second, Alice in Wonderland in third, Gulliver's Travels in the fourth, Don Quixote in the fifth, Julius Caesar in the sixth, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde in the 7th, and the Iliad and the Odyssey in the 8th grade. These classics are read aloud and discussed in a whole group setting and delved deeper into through peer-to-peer conversations and teacher-led questioning. The Don Quixote and Russian Revolution art represent the commitment to classic literature and the carryover of literature into art, history, language arts, and sometimes math. This deliberate and consistent focus of progression makes the core knowledge curriculum special and supports a strong academic foundation for every student. As mentioned earlier by several of our speakers, service learning is a key part of our school and considered an essential element of overall program. It helps children better understand the world around them by connecting classroom learning to real-life experiences in the community. Service learning is especially important for young children because it helps them develop empathy and a sense of responsibility toward others. By actively participating in community projects, children learn the value of helping and working together, which contributes to character development and carries over nicely into our newly implemented buddy program. Here are some examples of, or some photos of what we've done. Up at the top two slides in the green and the blue shirts, that's Mountain High Encampment, which is a Mountain High head injury camp. The students serve and talk with the participants. The little canned good is our canned food drive, and a teacher took the extra time to have students write notes of encouragement on the top, smiley faces, and have a nice meal, things like that. And then the food pantry, we've had the kids go to the Cuesta food pantry and help pass out food. In our early years, when our school enrollment was smaller, our school shared a closeness that was there. We were constantly together as a small group. And as our enrollment grew, our shared spaces became overcrowded. And we had to make some changes. So we had to move to 2 lunches, 2 recesses, that kind of thing. And it solved the overcrowding problem, but we began to see a disconnect between the grade levels. So to restore those strong connections, we implemented our buddy program this year, and we're seeing some great success with it. The kids are mentoring, the older kids are buddied up with a younger class, and they're mentoring, spending time together, reading together, doing some problem solving activities, and just having a good time. This sweet girl really wanted to be here today, but we have her on the slide instead.
I love my school because it just has a lot of joy, and this school is the best because I love learning and I love all the teachers, and it's just the best school.
That joy that she mentions scoots right over into our ski program that you've heard about several times today. In 2001, when the charter first started, we didn't have an official PE program. And so it was decided, we reached out to the ski area and made they gave us the opportunity to bring the whole school to ski. And when we began to have a PE program, we didn't want to lose the ski days. So we still work with the ski area to get the kids pre-K through 8th out on the hill 4 times during January and February. While cultivating and sustaining a strong sense of community remains a priority, we're equally dedicated to academic excellence, and we're very happy to see our improvement in math this year. And we realize that we do need to work a little more with our reading proficiency. Hence, we are going to take our wildly important goal and slide it on over into reading proficiency as well. And you can see our early literacy is looking really good. And that, I believe, has contributed not only to the kids coming in with the knowledge, but we've got a reading interventionist now that's really focusing and honing in, helping to support what the teachers are doing in the classroom. And so that's been good. I know it's masked, but I want to say that the science was really a great improvement as well across our school, doing better than the district and the state. We're excited to celebrate that significant progress. And to help where our 90-day plan implements growth for both math and reading using a wildly important goal. And I'm going to tell you more about what that is. I know it's been alluded to by Greg and others, but I'll delve deeper into it on the next slide. So we credit our notable progress in math to that implementation of the WIG, which stands for Wildly Important Goal. But I briefly want to tell you what inspired that WIG was a presentation at a charter school division conference a couple of years ago. I was particularly struck by a 4DX presentation that included the WIG concept. And before he was finished speaking, I had ordered the book off of Amazon because I wanted to bring back the idea to my team. I got the book, read it in a few days, reached out to the presenter, said, please come present this to my school. I really want everybody on board, which he graciously did. And he still supports me today if I reach out and say, hey, I need this, and he'll tell me. I found out later after that training that he did at my school that I bought the wrong 4DX book. I brought the book for business, not the one for education. And so I had to go back and buy the one for education and read it so that I really knew what I was doing. So the WIG depends on two measures: lead measures, which is the work that the students put in to attain the goal, and they track weekly how they're doing. Teachers adjust that lead as needed, no more than 6 weeks at a time though. And then that pushes the lag goal, which is our goal for the year. So for math, I'll do that on the math slide. Okay, there it goes. Oh, you got it. So for math, we take a look at the beginning of the year diagnostic from iReady and get together as a staff, teachers, interventionists, special education, and myself, and we look at what's going on. And we looked this year, and we had for our beginning of the year assessment only 13% performing at or above grade level. And then we had right now 35% performing at or above grade level on the growth check. So we're seeing the gains already happening. Our reading goal is set the same way. We look at what their beginning of the year diagnostic is. We have a discussion about it. And what we noticed with both, how we come to the outcome at the end, what we want to see is we look at our bubble kids. Those are the kids that are one grade level below. And we really try to push to get them up. So our overall percentage comes from looking at who we have at or above and where our bubble kids are. And we try to push them up while taking our 2 grade levels or below and supporting them with extra intervention to get them on grade level. Because as you know, if you're behind and you're 1 grade level behind, you could catch up, but you could still be 1 grade level behind. You have to push them. And so the WIG is helping us as educators to look at that data and really push them. I'm going to turn the finances over to Katie Rarick.
All right. Good morning, commissioners. My name is Katie Rarick, last name Rarick. I am the business manager for Red River Valley Charter School. The first thing I want to talk about are the finances in general. So while the audit is one component of the financial health of a school, there's a lot more that goes into it. Including financial sustainability, days of cash on hand, and also the leadership that supports the financials. For Red River, we have received audit findings over the past few years, as was mentioned before. The one that is, while we've only had a few reoccurring findings, and I think I've talked to this group before, that the area can be a reoccurring finding, but the cause can be different every time. And so one of the issues that we're constantly working towards improving is having construction year over year. We need to continue to build infrastructure for the students so they have access to playgrounds, new buildings, new classrooms, sometimes that construction does not happen in the same fiscal year, as hard as we try. And so that, depending on how you account for that in the financials, can lead to some of the reoccurring audit findings. So that is something we are particularly focused on this year and going forward, to try to reduce the reoccurring findings. As far as cash position right now, the school has at least 120 days cash on hand. That's what we're projecting at the end of the year. They're very financially healthy. When I started with the school, it was closer to 30 days of cash on hand. We've really built those reserves by using a lot of our capital funds and a lot of our other specific funds for specific activities. And then last but not least, I have an amazing board to work with. I have an amazing school leader to work with. They listen, we talk, we collaborate, we have regular meetings. Everyone is on board with what we're doing. And I think any board member could sit up here and tell you what the financial health of the school is, and also, where the school is going and what the different funds, some of the different funds do. And especially our treasurer. Our treasurer is very well versed in financials. And she does an amazing job at making sure that we stay on track and that all the approvals that she does approve for the disbursements are correct and accurate. So one of the things I did want to flag is that each year, because we have had a few findings, we do not take findings lightly. And so we do two things to help mitigate findings in the future. The first thing is the Axiom team, and Axiom is only about 4 years old. So we are continuing to improve our own internal systems and processes. We get all of the audit findings for all of our schools together, and we do an analysis, and we try to figure out where Axiom needs to improve, where our staff needs to improve, what we need to do to better support schools, depending on the findings that all of our clients have received. We also work with individual schools to look at their findings. Some of our clients have very few, some have more. And so some of the issues that we see are actually at the school level. So some of those actual next steps that we take to correct findings, we do prioritize significant repeat findings, specifically looking at significant deficiencies and material weaknesses. We look at internal controls, whether that's Axiom internal controls or the school's internal controls, whether that's include training staff on the documentation we already have, or creating new policies and processes to make sure that the finding does not repeat. And we also work with our auditor to try to understand why the finding came about and what we can do better in their eyes to correct the finding. And then again, like I said before, I have an amazing board at Red River. And so we do talk year round about how to improve and review different systems and structures on how the board can actually take more time and check to make sure that we're not going to get a reoccurring finding. And one of these is having many audits. And so I do work closely with the treasurer to do these many audits throughout the year to make sure that any reoccurring findings we are actively reviewing and correcting throughout the year. And these are essentially, you all had this information before, but the findings over the past few years, somewhat of a easier layout to read, just so you guys would have the information if you had any questions.
All right, now that we've presented the academic achievements and Katie's presented the overview of our financials, I'm pleased to report that we've received demonstrates substantial progress rating for governance. We did earn a working to meet for reporting requirements in 23-24. We took that feedback and implemented additional supports to ensure timely submissions, and as a result achieved meet standards rating. Additionally, we received a demonstrate substantial progress for other performance framework indicators. Category is specifically due to narrowly missing that 95% attendance benchmark. In 2025, we continue to work with our attendance improvement plan and with families and to get that up to the 95%. Here's a picture of our facilities over there, that little red schoolhouse. That is actually where the Red River Valley Charter School started, and it was moved off of the property so that portables could be moved on to create more space. That is now gone. Over the past 8 years, Red River's made significant strides in enhancing our campus facilities. We've replaced 4 portable buildings with a permanent building that connects to our existing learning space. In addition, we've installed a beautiful new playground. The kids love it. Replaced the old and sagging fencing and added a distinctive school sign to better identify our campus. The sign was designed by an alumnus, built and donated to the school, Katie Pierce's son, actually. And I'm so very proud to have been at the helm for these improvements, which have helped create a comfortable, welcoming, and functional learning environment. Looking ahead, earlier this week, the Cuesta School Board voted unanimously to sell the land we have been leasing from them for 15 years. And it's since becoming a state authorized school. This is a huge celebration that we've been working on for a very long time. And we look forward to settling into that resolution in December and moving forward with the process. I know we're excited. We are initiating a new build to design, construct, and equip because we do need more space. We're growing slowly, but we are growing, and we have a plan to put our name out there more and get more kiddos in. We're doing great things, so we want them. We want them with us. And this is our final testimonial featuring 2 of our middle school students. What makes Red River Valley Charter School special to you?
I think it makes children be kind and respectful to others, and it helps them socialize.
I think it teaches children not only academics, but it also teaches them how to go out in the real world and be respectful and kind and polite to everyone. And it teaches us more about real life skills, not only academics.
Thanks, girls. Madam Chair and Commissioners, we thank you for your ongoing partnership and support. We're honored to be entering our 4th renewal cycle with the PEC, and we deeply appreciate the sense of commitment and community that you all foster. We look forward to continuing our collaboration, and we stand for questions.
Thank you. All right, and that will take us to item 5, PEC question. Commissioner Beck?
Yeah, wonderful presentation, great stuff. I only have 2 questions, real quick. On your part A, and this probably has to do with the construction and the timing of the outlays, the expense outlays. But your operational cash balance at the end of fiscal 25 was $1,001,000 on part A. Was that was held in the timing of the construction? Is that what I assume it is?
So we're able to use our capital outlay funds, which aren't included in the operational funds. And so we've been able to build our operational reserve. And
that's a huge operation.
It's huge. And before Kimberly and I started working together, a lot of the construction was paid for with operational, yet they had capital funds. And so over the past 3 years, we have worked to spend those capital funds down while also securing more capital funds. So capital outlay, they get a little bit of SB9, but not a ton.
Right.
So that's how we've been able to hold on to a lot of our operational funds so that, for example, we had a sewer issue not very long ago. And so after the builds are done, we want to be able to hold on to we are building the operational funds so that then when things happen, once you own your building,
right,
you have the funds.
Right. That's what I figured. Mm-hmm. So you're doing this in preparation.
Yes.
So that's it.
Yes. We're trying to be as financially sustainable as possible.
Right. Yeah. So yesterday we had somebody who was going the other way, and I looked at this and I'm like, oh, wow. Okay. My other question is also in Part A, you were compared to Cuesta Schools. And Cuesta Schools, I think, as I remember, had a 6% proficiency rate in mathematics. My question is, after the 8th grade, where do they go?
So we're really unique up in the north in the fact that the kids have a lot of choices for school. And so
In high school?
high school, excuse me.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So they can go to Cuesta Independent School District. That's what they're zoned for. But then a lot of them will choose Moreno Valley, which is a charter school up the road in Angel Fire. Some choose Cimarron because they have sports and have, all of these schools offer different elements. Cimarron has sports. Moreno Valley has the Paideia method. Cuesta is traditional where they go through. They have football. They're putting some.
But I'm concerned about their academics.
And then they have Taos Academy up in Taos, where they can be online and in person, which coming from a ski community, some choose that, skiing and hunting, right? And so they can have that one. And then there's other charters that they could also choose from. They take the blue bus down until they can drive or they carpool.
Right.
But they have a lot of choices.
Because it seems that they come out of your school very proficient and very ready for the next step. And I just want to make sure it doesn't.
That's our goal. That's our goal. But it's parent and kid choice. And that's what we're trying to do with our new platform of just sending out positive messages about what they can get at Red River Valley Charter School.
Okay, good. That was my concern. All right, that's it.
Commissioner Carrillo?
Thank you so much for your presentation, and to everyone that came down, thank you very much. And I've been to your school, and I can't wait to go back just because of all the changes that Ms. Ritterhouse was saying have happened on the property. So one of the last young ladies spoke of joy, and I've spoke of that, and all of us have experienced that. When you walk into any school, you immediately get a sense of, well, sometimes you don't, but of the joy and kindness and community that's happening at a property, right? And when you walk into Red River Valley, you immediately feel it because everywhere is artwork from the kids. There's just a positive energy the minute you walk in. And so I remember that like profoundly when I went to come see you. And the fact that other children who talked about kindness as being kind of foundational to what they're learning at your school. When you first mentioned the Cuesta sale, the very first thing I thought in my mind was, oh my God, no, because oftentimes it means they're selling a property out from under a school and it's going to create a lot of hardship. But I understand what's happening here and I was like, so, that's fantastic because you control your own destiny that way. I appreciate very much Commissioner Beck's question about where do they go next. And there are some great options. And actually, Moreno Valley is going to be one of those schools that we're hearing from next month. And they have great choices. It's just a question oftentimes, sports, but they can also choose like a Moreno Valley and then go down to Cimarron and play football or volleyball or whatever they want to do. Taos schools, if you looked at their Taos at the district, it's not much better than Cuesta. So there's a reason the charter movement in Taos County and Cuesta County is so vibrant. And it's really offering parents and families a terrific option. I love the wig concept and what you're doing with that. In the company I work for, there's a woman who started coining the phrase BHAG, big, hairy, audacious goals. And that has stuck now for like the last 12 years when she's someone who rose just to the top of the top within the company. And she just, recommends people just, bite off more than you can chew. That's how you get there. And that's how you get there when my notes here say, Ms. Messersmith, when you said about setting high expectations, and you see that even happening at the pre-K level, I just wish more of that happened in New Mexico in general. And I've said yesterday, and I say frequently, that I think all too often in the legislature and in the state, we accept mediocrity as the norm, and we don't push our kids nearly as much as they know they can achieve. And we just kind of, I don't know, stop believing in some way in our youth being able to reach these great heights educationally. I think collectively, of course, I'm talking about. And I can say that because I've lived here 34 years. I didn't get off the turnip truck. I know what's going on, you know, around our communities. I said, that's my new little phrase. Yeah, just for this weekend. Because sometimes people always say, I'm from Los Angeles, but I've been here 34 years. And then when I say, go back to California, it's like, I've been here 34 years. Anyway, so it speaks very highly that a number of people that spoke either went through the school or had kids that are at the school. A question I have is for you, Mr. Nicholas Church. You're a vice chair of the board, and people have commented on the wonderful board. Why are you serving on the board? Do you have kids at the school, and what makes you a wonderful board?
Hello, thank you for that question. Last name is Church, Church. Since I've been on the board, and yes, I do have 2 children at the school, but I see nothing but progress, not only with the staff, but the kids and the site as well. The school is continuing to grow. You know, we mentioned construction and it's nonstop. I feel very lucky to be part of the board, that they asked me to be part of the board. I'm learning a lot and learning how the school operates. So I do enjoy that. I enjoy the sense of community and how tight knit we are and how we work with the town of Red River in every step of the school year, and not even during the school year, but also during the summer. Everyone's very involved with the students and the staff because we're just such a tight knit community. And not just Red River, but the surrounding communities as well. We really act as one, and it's great. I think the board is they work well together, and I think we work well with the staff. I think we all have the same understanding on our goals and what we want for the students as well as for the school. So I think I see nothing but good, and so that's why I continue to be there and be part of it, and I think I will for some time. So
Terrific.
Yeah.
Is there a great deal of longevity on your board? Like you just mentioned how you would stay for a while.
I'd say so. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
It's important. The seats not turn over constantly. So we're focusing, I don't know if you've noticed at all, we're focusing on boards a lot lately because we realize that when boards start to go down and spiral downward, the school does. And sometimes it's very, very difficult to lift things back up with dysfunctional boards. What would you say other boards could learn from your board? And would you be willing at one of our conferences to join in one of the meetings?
Can I also answer that question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Sure.
So because I work with a lot of different boards and a lot of different schools, at least from my perspective, having someone in the treasurer position or the board position that truly understands the financials is a huge help because they can then, we talk the same language, they understand the audit, they can help support us in whatever way we need. So I would say that's one of Red River's strengths. The board or the last board chair, and we're getting the new board chair up and going, but the treasurer especially understands the financials of the school. And that is I just think it's very important. And I think it's helped with our financial planning over the next few years.
If I could add to that, it's the passion. Like our board members are passionate about our school being successful.
Yes.
And when you have that when I have that behind me, they have my back. we can help to guide the students to do the best that they can do. And that's key. It's that passion. It's that desire to be there. It's not a, I got to do this. It's a, let's do this.
And I will volunteer the treasurer who is online watching that she will present at a conference at some point for you.
No, that'd be great because, despite or all of the work that Missy does and all the more training we do, some things can't be taught. And it's just great when they hear, from other people who are having success. Is it safe to say that also you guys know where your boundary is in terms of not intervening where you shouldn't?
Yes, that's
Okay,
huge.
that's important too. All right, well, the student pledge, adorable, and you're just ingraining really wonderful attributes, of a human into these little people, which is wonderful. I love the multi-age classroom. I know I don't like it when like a school has to do a grade 1, 2 because there's no staff and they've had permanent subs, because then they're bringing a totally different energy to a multi-grade. But in this kind of an environment where you really are just kind of, I don't know, spreading the love between your little ones and your older kids. No, I think that's exceptional. And then the last thing was the reading aloud. That was one of my favorite things. And I remember when I was in elementary school. And the schools don't do that as much anymore. And I guess because some kids feel like they're going to be shamed in some way as opposed to supported. So I'm really, really happy that, and you're reading these classics and you're reading them aloud. Wow, just I love your little school. Hey, is the Little Red Schoolhouse still on the property?
No, it's down the road about 3 blocks away. It's next to the library now.
Okay,
It is now a museum.
that's adorable. Okay, thank you very much. Love your little school.
Commissioner Obenchain?
Thank you all. Thanks for your presentation. I do remember the Red River Valley when I used to be a part of the charter school division, and when they were in that red schoolhouse. And so it's great to see you all continuing the great work that you do. I have a couple of not really questions, but inquiries. I'm very interested in the love and logic approach that you talk about, and then the WIG. And I'm intrigued by it. I want to learn more about, is it like a continuous improvement process that you use after you set this wildly important goal?
Yes, sir.
So that's how you're getting the feedback through teachers and data through okay.
The students each week have, for example, iReady is our math curriculum. And so the teachers use MyPath as part of their lead measure. MyPath is a portion of the program that is at the student's level.
Okay.
And so that's helping to plug the holes while the teacher then is teaching at the grade level that the child is supposed to be at. So they have to do a number of MyPath lessons per week to plug holes. And then they make a note on their self-reflection if they succeeded or not. They're also using exit tickets, which are just like quick little checks. Okay, did you get it? And then problem solving, because we know the test has moved away from just a math test to a reading test, because if you can't read the problem, that also creates an issue. And so then deciphering it. So teachers are just putting in things to help support those that are 2 grade levels below or more. And then they're also putting in supports for kids to extend. Like, we don't want to just flat out and go, oh, you're fine. We want those kids that are at or above to get some additional support as well. And so it's individualized in that way. And the teacher is attuned to it even more than they would have been, because they're looking at the data every day and they're looking at what this child is doing or isn't doing, conferencing and finding out what's going on. So it just adds to that communication and that relationship building to help support the
Great.
kids.
Sounds great. You mentioned in the application the challenges with love and logic and I'm assuming it's a school-wide approach.
It is.
Okay.
It's a wonderful approach, but it takes filling the child's toolbox with the tools to know, oh, here's what I need to do. They're not going to know what to do the first time. You're going to pull them over and you're going to have a conversation with them and go, okay, how are you going to solve this? And, a pre-K versus an 8th grade are going to have different tools in their toolbox. So a pre-K or a kindergartner, you may say, oh, that's a bummer that this happened. What are we going to do about it? You know,
Right.
how can we fix this? And you have a conversation with them. And then when they're like, well, I don't know, well, then you go, well, look, here's a choice and here's a choice. What do you think?
Right.
You know, and then
Yeah,
when
it's
it gets
such a
to
great
the
approach.
older grades, you go, oh, that's a bummer. Go sit down and think about it. We'll talk about it in a few. And you just let them mull it over, like, oh, where's this going? And then, you know,
So, and what I was intrigued by is the idea that there's a curriculum that you would then, are you then just giving students like the vocabulary to use when coming up with solutions?
curriculum is more for the adult.
Okay,
The
okay.
curriculum isn't necessarily for, we don't sit down and do love and logic. We do the social
Gotcha.
skills through 7 mindsets. The love and logic is for the adults on
Gotcha.
campus
Okay.
and for the parents. And we're really excited. This year, my special education director is working on getting a grant from the Lore Foundation to start doing some parent meetings with Love and Logic so that it can transfer over to home as well. So.
Well, I used Love and Logic at a couple of schools that I worked at, and it just was amazing. So to see you all continue that and then add the other components is just right on track. So congratulations, keep up the great work.
Yeah, it's really my pleasure to make this motion. So I move that the Public Education Commission approve the renewal application for the Red River Valley Charter School for a 5-year term, 2026 to 2031, without conditions. Second?
There's a motion and a second. Any discussion on the motion itself? All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Say nay. Hearing none, the motion passes unanimously. Congratulations. All right.